Okay, so here's how to do OCO orders on Tradovate. OCO stands for one cancels other. It works just like a bracket where, for example, if you have a bracket here and you want to go long, here's your limit, your entry. This right here will be your stop. This here will be your target, your take profit. Notice this arrow from here to here. That's basically what OCO is. But let's say that you already entered a trade and you want to have a stop and a take profit, and whichever one gets hit first, the other one gets canceled, so you can not worry about it or forget to cancel it later. So this is how you do it. Let's close this. Okay, so let's say we go long over here, right? And now let's say I want to put a stop down here and a take profit up here. So what I'm going to do is go to the add modules and then get an order ticket and just drag that into one of my little sections here. You can also open its own window and have it floating somewhere else, but this right here is a good idea so that you have it always on hand. In the order ticket, you want to click this little toggle so that it gives you the advanced settings and go on OCO. So now if you're in a long, you want to put sells on both ends. You're going to sell for a stop and you're going to sell for a take profit. So you want to make sure that this right here is selected to sell, and you want to have your quantity. We're in 3 contracts, and then you want to have a limit and a stop. Okay. Now this part here is very important. You want to make sure you're paying attention, because if you get this mixed up, it's going to cancel your order. So I recommend you practice this with a practice account or a market replay till you make sure that you know how to do it, so you don't mess up your real trades. An easy way also is to just kind of place these stops, if you have time, assuming you have time, far away. So let's say I'm gonna put a stop at 19,900, and then I'm gonna put a limit, a take profit at 20,060. So what I'm gonna do, oops, that's 2,000, 20,060. See, if I had left that at 2,000 and I clicked enter, this thing will stop the entire trade because it'll just market me into a sell. So you want to pay attention and make sure that this is selected to sell as well. So sell, because we're in a long, we're going to sell and sell. We're going to sell a stop and we're going to sell a limit. And then we're going to send those two. So now they're on the screen, and you notice these arrows, same arrows as before, right? As when you use brackets. So if I keep this up here, that's going to be my take profit. And if I put this as a stop, let's say I put this stop here so we can get it to stop out at 63. Let's see if this is going to get hit. Speed this thing up. And there, you see, so it stopped that. It took my stop out and it canceled my take profit. You can even see it here as well. So you can see here I had a 3NQ stop at 63, which got filled, and then my take profit at 20,083 got canceled. Same thing. So let's say we want to do this. Let's say we want to do this for a short. So I'm going to mark it in a short. And then here is the reason why you want to have 2 of these. I think it'll be easier. You could just switch between tabs instead of redoing all the buttons all over again. So let's say you keep one dedicated to just longs, and then you have another one that you dedicate to just shorts. So again, you set the tabs, you set the toggle to advance OCO, and make sure that both of these are buys, because now we're shorting. So we want to buy a stop and we want to buy a stop and we want to buy a limit. So if you hover your mouse, it'll say limit because we're under the price, and if you go over the price, it'll say buy a stop. Again, you could do it this way obviously, but that's not OCO, right? If one of these gets hit, the other one will still stay there. So that's the whole point of OCO. So let's say again, if assuming you have the time to be able to do both, And now also make sure that you're paying attention to which one's your stop and which one's your limit. See, I was about to mess this up, but let's say I put my stop at 20,010, right? Because I'm shorting, and my limit or my target is, so let's say 19,900, right? And I send that. So now here are my OCO orders. Let's say my target is 50. There. And now the other one got canceled. You can also do the OCO from right here. This button up here, that's called trading. It'll open its own window. Then you go to advanced, OCO, and then you set up everything down here. I just find it easy to have your own little box, your own little windows down here. And all you have to do is just make sure that this thing is selected to OCO, and your settings should be saved. You should have the same quantity, and then make sure these are the same type of orders, depending on what you're doing, if you're shorting or if you're longing. You could also, if it's easier for you to switch these, if you put this to a limit and then this one to a stop, whatever works for you, but you need to make sure that you have your price correct. Because if you have a price and you have it as a stop, and your price is below that, it's gonna stop you out. It's gonna market you in, and it's gonna ruin your trade. So I urge you to practice this with a replay or a practice account, and make sure that you know how to use this before using it on the real market, so that you don't mess up your orders.